Hey guys, Kevin here from Devoted, just showing you the new RCSIM 2.0 vehicle painter and customizing area coming up in the next update. We'll get started. I'll just show you here. We'll click on the pan car and you'll see this edit button here is on all the vehicles. All 26 of them are all now customizable. Any quadcopter now has some canopies over top of them. Boats are all paintable, everything. So we'll start with the 12 scale and you'll see that it starts as a blank, pretty much white canvas. And we'll see right click is now going to rotate, center mouse button is going to pan, and the center wheel is going to be zoom in and out. These buttons down here, this is a reset camera button, takes you kind of back to a neutral place if you get kind of lost into the bottom or something. Just hit your reset camera button. Next is vehicle reset. That's going to drop the vehicle on the table, useful for checking your setups and what like when you want to get down on the suspension and stuff like that. You can zoom down in here and kind of change suspension travel. Give the vehicle a drop. Oh, but it's kind of a little too low, but we're not doing that right now. Next is accent colors. You'll see that there's 4 different colors. You can hide the body as well. And also hit the B button, and that'll turn the body on and off. First one's going to be wheel color. You can cycle through the hue here. And then you can also run them black or white. So pretty much you can set any of these to change any of these accent colors on the vehicle. This one here, second one, accent color is going to be anything that's aluminum or anything that's anodized, billet aluminum on the cars. It's different between vehicles. Some of the airplanes, like this is the nose cone color and the wheel color is the prop color, but as you move them around it's pretty easy to tell which ones they are. So blue on this one, we'll go with some black wheels, and then plastic color is going to be different on every vehicle too. This one I think, yeah, it gives a little bit of hue change to the chassis and the plastic, but each one does a little bit different. You can experiment with those. Lexan color is going to be, let's unhide the body. Lexan color is pretty easy to understand. That one you can run a black body, white body. This is if you just have your texture set to a solid color like this, but this would also affect if you were running like a custom PNG or a custom paint job like we're going to show you next in the paint scheme. That will change the color of the body. So let's skip ahead and we'll go. This is your stock body with the white one. You can choose the default one. This is like my real paint job in real life, so I've kind of done every body this way just so it kind of gives me something to familiarize myself with all the bodies so they all kind of look the same. And then this one here is one I created in Photoshop, so you can download the PSD wires, and it has all these individual different layers that you can kind of play with, some different stuff, and that way for the guys that like to go into Photoshop and create their own paint jobs, I have provided a fully layered wireframe for all 26 vehicles that you can go through, and then you just save it as a PNG into the proper folder in your paints folder in your My Documents, and you can kind of see that path right down here. For this car, it's going to be, for me, it'd be Users Devoted, and then in My Documents folder, and then you'll see it's under Devoted for the gaming company, RCSIM 2 for the title, Paints, and then Car Paints, because there's quad paints, car paints, and boat paints, and then you'll see this one's the Pan Car 12th two-wheel drive. So this is the folder you would save this into if you were going to do them in Photoshop. So that way if you want to get all precise and do some crazy stuff in Photoshop, you can save it as a PNG file and it'll show right up in the game. File size is 2048 pixels by 2048 pixels. Save as a PNG file. No alpha layers or anything like that yet. Maybe in the future we'll be able to change so you can add some metallic and some shine and some chrome paint, stuff like that. But your second option to get a paint job in game is the new paint booth. And you hit this button here and you'll notice it pops us over to a new area. Pretty simple menu. You've got decals where you can put stickers right on a body. Put them all, you know, huge one there, or you can change the size. You can change the rotation. So you can kind of put them all over. You can get a fake Caiocho sticker here. Let's change the angle to 0. But decals are pretty high resolution. So basically what it's doing is we're putting these sprites, if you will, onto a flat UV texture that you can see over here, and then it's wrapping it around the body. So it kind of gives it a way of painting onto the vehicle. So let's get some red so you can see it. Turn it up a little bit. Like this is one of the airbrushing tips where you can kind of blend, and I've made a ton of different brushes. There's really only one layer right now In the future, I want to set it up so you can actually paint onto layers, and you'll be able to pull one layer up above another, kind of like you would in Photoshop. But can't really rebuild a whole Photoshop in here, but I do want to give some nice tools for the guys that don't know how to use editing programs, or just somebody that wants to paint a quick body right into the game, right through this paint booth. So as you can see, it's simple. You can choose a brush, you change the color, and pow, it's on the body. I've even included some big ones where you turn them up, put some grays. You can do some big cool custom stripes on the body. Kind of quickly put together a simple paint job. This one's horrendous looking, but you kind of get the idea. Change the whole front of this, and then, but as you see, you put your file name here. We'll call this junk, and we'll save it. And for now, it says, do you want to overwrite, because this menu isn't finished. So, but normally you're just going to click save. It'll say paint scheme save, and then when you go to your paint schemes, you'll notice that beautiful paint job we just did shows right up on your body. So now you can kind of go back to accent colors. You can adjust this wheel color to kind of match, which is some nice styling wheels. But as you can see, in just a few seconds, we've created a horrendous paint job, but truly a unique one. So you can go back, you can kind of maybe finish up painting this all yellow, and then we can, maybe you're that guy that just likes to run that clear body for practice, and you just want to put your favorite sponsors on the side just because you're practicing. So put an X-Roy on there, maybe an unincorporated back here. Let's shrink this down. As you can see, it's pretty simple to move around. Got your pan, rotate. Again, if you get lost, there's a reset camera button in here too. So, and what else? Let's put a rip on the side here. Boom. The wireframes are pretty good. I got some work to do. They're going to be tweaked. So, again, it's in early access, and there's going to be some things that'll maybe be changing. But the framework's kind of done. As far as how it's going to save the paints, it's got a Mod X1 in here on the front, and we'll call it good. Let's tone it down. Let's go 90 degrees. Maybe put some short keys in here. Over here, just say 90, 270, 180, so you don't have to sit there and move those sliders. But just kind of wanted to show you guys a video today how this is going to work, the capabilities, and then let's resave this as junk. This time we are going to overwrite it, and then we'll go to paint schemes. And then you'll see that new paint scheme is right in there. So now you got, maybe you want to come in here and change your accent color to match that green. That way you got that whole green package. Now sponsors want you to run that good looking stuff. So, alright, again, here's another little thing you can do too. Say you have a custom paint job. Again, you can kind of change this and kind of get a few different paint jobs out of that one just by changing the actual texture overlay color. So again, if you want it to show up exactly the same, make sure that's up there in that corner wrapped to white. So again, we're going to go back to here, and we'll pop on that custom one of mine. So let's run these wheels back to black. So this is kind of just a video of showing you how the room's going to work. The new menu is going to be based around this room. You're just going to kind of load your car in here, and you'll go to a track from here. I know the original menu right now is kind of confusing and whatnot. So again, it's kind of a byproduct of the way we're building the entire system. And next, I just kind of wanted to get this out there and show you guys what's coming and what to expect. Again, I'll get the PSD files done, and I'll get those out so we can start downloading them, and you guys can do your custom work in Photoshop. Again, all 26 models are paintable. You'll be able to pop in here. Let's see, I'll even show you one of the new lids for the quadcopters. This is kind of something I was working on. I kind of made some Lexan lids for the quad. Let's put a regular paint scheme on there so it doesn't look terrible. But made some Lexan covers. You don't have to run them. You can hide those if you're the kind of traditionalist that doesn't like any Lexan up top, just like your goodies to hang out there. Put the hide body button back on, and you can kind of come in here to the paint booth, and you can even paint on these. Again, every single vehicle is now going to be paintable. You can pop the fighter jet in there. I think I've even done some paint jobs on some of the other ones. Here we go. Here's got a flat blue one, but again, you can come in here and maybe camouflage is your thing. Adjust the orange, get some brown, turn the brush angle, turn it way up, and just kind of pop some in there, pop some color. Let's do some green, but you get the idea. Should be out in a couple weeks, working as fast as I can on it. Again, I'll put more information in the announcements, and thanks for watching.